So hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jack and I'm also known as Bear Grar. And welcome to the Bear Beer Reviews. This is a new channel. It's going to be all about my favourite thing in the entire world, beer. We're going to be tasting them, cracking them some fantastic beers, giving them a taste and telling you what I think about them. And I'm also going to hopefully take you behind the scenes in some of the local breweries. I live in the fantastic county of Yorkshire. Take you to some of the wonderful new breweries that just popped around in the scene. And also, hopefully, you'll be able to follow me as I progress into a career in brewing. I've been an avid home brewer for many years, and I've started recently working with a couple of guys at Brascastle Brewery down the road in Poppenton, a fantastic little place. And hopefully, through them, I'll be able to show you behind the scenes in the brewing world and how we get to make these fantastic brews. So if you like what you hear, make sure you click the subscribe button down below. I'm going to now go off and grab a couple of beers, bring them back, we'll do a first couple of reviews on them, and hopefully you'll like them. Cheers guys. And here we are. This is the first beer that I'm going to review on my channel. I've chosen the fantastic Punk IPA by the wonderful little guys called BrewDog up from Aberdeenshire. I believe they just got a new brewery up in Ellen, just 15 miles from Aberdeen. Just hold this up to the camera for you so you can see it. Wonderful little design on the outside of the bottle here. Really goes in, ties in well with their idea about punk, with all these nice slashes and kind of distressed effects on the bottle. And if I can see if the camera can focus on this, it's not going to, I don't think so. I shall read it out for you. This is what BrewDog have to say about their beer. They say, "This is not a lowest common denominator beer. This is an assertive beer. We don't care if you don't like it. We do not merely aspire to the proclaimed heady heights of conformity through neutrality and blandness. It's quite doubtful that you have the taste or sophistication to appreciate the depth, character, and quality of this premium craft brewed beer. You probably don't even care that this rebellious little beer contains no preservatives or additives and uses only the finest natural ingredients. Just go back to drinking your mass-marketed, bland, cheaply made, watered-down lager and close the door behind you." Remember, boys like that, this beer is obviously out to impress. It's one that I've tried before, so it's one that I thought I'd do for the first review. So let's crack it open and we'll pop it in the glass and see what it tastes like. Just gonna crack it, see if we can see some of the foam coming from the top. There we go. It's a wonderful little bit of foam coming out the top. I've also got one of their Teku glasses. It's a specially shaped glass, almost kind of like a tulip glass, that hopefully will capture the head in the top of it and we can get some good aromas coming off it. So let's give it for a pour. There you go. Fantastic amount of head coming off the top of that. This is a really, really lively beer. You see it's gone all the way to the top of the glass and the head is dissipating quite quickly. You can see some of the large bubbles just coming off the top of it. So before it all does go away, I should give it a good sniff test and see what we can smell from it. Oh wow, you can really smell straight off the bat, even from quite far away from the glass, even from holding it in front of me, even when I was pouring it. You got this explosion of citrusy flavours just coming straight from the beer. It's really, really distinct smell. One of the hops that I've had the pleasure of working with is called Nelson Sauvin. It's a really pungent hop. I'm not entirely sure if they have it in this, but it's a very distinct citrusy, grapefruity smell and really, really hits you straight from the top. It genuinely just does smell like you've got a hop and you've crushed it in your fingers. It's really fantastic citrusy smell going on. Let's see if we can get anything else from it. No, in reality, that is the predominant smell that's coming from the top of it. There's no maltiness to it. It's almost a predominantly hoppy citrus smell coming. Something almost like lemongrass coming through a bit when you take a really deep breath from it. But initially, it's such a grapefruity wash. Now, if you can see when you look at the beer, it is only very, very slightly hazy, and it's got a nice clear. Well, a nice white head with some quite big bubbles going on it. It's not very small, they're quite big bubbles, and there's a lot of carbonation on the inside of it. It is really bubbling away nicely. I must say this is one of my favourite beers around at the moment. One of my favourite readily available beers, I should say. It's really quaffable. Really can't wait to get into this fella. So bottoms up for the first drink on the first review on Bear Beer Reviews. Cheers. And oh boy, it's a real kick from the second it touches your tongue. It was an absolute explosion of all those flavours that you can smell. All that citrus hits you in an absolute wave the second it touches your lips, and then gives way to like a fantastic bitterness, like the real true hoppy bitterness, something that you really look for in an IPA. It really doesn't really doesn't hold any punches. It absolutely wallops you. But one of the best things I like about this beer is that it just stays under that level. It becomes too much. So some beers that that I've tasted, and some that I'll certainly review, and if we come across one in the future, I'll make sure to point it out. When they really hop something, when they dry hop it to death, you can sometimes get this what I call a burnt rubber flavour. It's one that completely washes over your palate and strips away all that flavour that you're getting from the effort and all those hops and all that malt that's gone into the beer. And this one just holds back enough. You get that bitterness, you get a fantastic citrus, grapefruit, lemongrass, everything tropically flavoured comes out and hits you on the tongue, and you go, whoa, and then dissipates really quickly, and you get this fantastic little bitter note that continues through. And even now, I can still taste the bitterness on my tongue, still taste a little bit of that citrus flavour. I'll go into it again, I'll have another quaff, and I'll see if I can't pick out something after that initial rush. I was so heady from drinking this wonderful beer that I've got to get any flavours afterwards, so we'll give it another go. So yeah, after you get that initial kick, you get the citrus, you get the bitterness of the hops, and then at the back of your palate, when you're breathing through, a couple of seconds afterwards, you get the malt kicking in at the back of your tongue, and you get that malty flavour. You get that sort of taste of wheat that just fills off the back of your tongue, and that's another sign for me that this is I was going to say a well-balanced beer. It's clearly a very hoppy beer, but it's balanced enough that you get the flavour from the malt in it as well. This is truly a fantastic beer, and I really do recommend that you go out and you give it a try. In fact, many things from BrewDog I've found to be fantastic beers, and I'll make sure I bring plenty of them in and critique them properly. So yeah, this gets the Bear seal of approval. That's for damn sure. Go out, get yourself a couple. You can find it quite easily available from quite a few supermarkets, or get it from BrewDog's website themselves. Have a try of it if you're new to the craft ale scene. This is a brilliant one to get in on. It's a lovely, light, fruity beer that really is full of flavour, and I really hopefully get you as enthused as I am about it. So, thank you ever so much for watching the first ever Bear Beer review. I have been Bear, and here's till next time. Thank you.